Hello everyone, I'm Mike Caprio, and today I'd like to show you how to cook an Italian Apizza Chiena. Other Italians call it Apizza Rustica, and non-Italians call it Easter ham pie. You know, my mother Rose never used a recipe, you know, and she would put a little of this, a little bit of that, make sure that this was filled up just right, this was just so, you know. And one day, this is about 8 years ago, more than that, all right, my son said, "Dad, I want to know how to make Apizza Chiena." So he says, "Where's the recipe?" I said, "Well, we don't have a recipe." I said, "You know what?" So I sat down with my mother before she passed, and we took and made a pie from scratch, and I measured every single thing out to make sure I would get it perfect for my son, all right? You know, and when I was a kid, it was my job in the meat market, especially the weeks going up to Easter, all right, anytime there was an end of cold cuts that we didn't really want to sell to any customers, all right, I would be the one to cut that up, okay, into little cubes, you know, about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch, all right, to put into the Apizza Chiena, you know. And this year we're a little late in making our traditional meat pie, all right, because we couldn't really source the ingredients. And also here in Arizona, there's a few things that we really can't get. You know, we can't get ricotta salad, we can't get fresh basket cheese, but it just so happens that the Mexican queso fresco, okay, is a combination of salty ricotta and basket cheese. So we put that in our recipe. Also, we always used to use all the Italian cold cuts. We'd have prosciutto, prosciutine, pepperoni, salami, and naturally ham. We take and use Munster cheese because Munster cheese would give it a nice creamy texture. All right. Also mixed into the ingredients was coarse ground black pepper and Pecorino Romano cheese. We always put it into a spring-form pan because it was much easier to get the pie out of the spring-form pan after it was cooked. Now I take and I line the pan at the bottom with a piece of parchment paper, and then we grease the sides with Crisco. The crust also has coarse black pepper and Pecorino Romano cheese in it because it's a very savory crust. Now what you do is you take your ingredients and you fill up your pie crust till you get it right to the top. And you want everything right to the top. Make sure everything's nice and even, because you want all those flavors to meld all the way through. After you've got it all the way up to the top, you're going to slowly add in your egg mixture. And that's just eggs beaten with a little bit of milk inside. Okay, getting almost to the top here. Looks pretty good to me. But you want it right to the top because you want to fill up all the spaces in the pie. Okay. Now you slowly add in your egg mixture and make sure you just go all the way around and slowly add it in until it comes all the way to the top. And now we're going to take a break so I can roll out the crust for the top of the pie, and then we'll put it in the oven at 325 for an hour and a half. Hi, I'm back, and now we have the top crust on our pie. All right, I'm going to have to take and put in a few vent holes. So I'm going to put my knife in here several times because as this is cooking, the steam is going to come out, and I don't want it to break my crust. All right, and what I want to do, I'm going to take this and put it on baking sheet. And the reason for that is if any of my egg bubbles out of this, it won't go in the bottom of my oven and start to burn. And then we'll have a house full of smoke. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven at 325 It'll bake for about an hour and a half. Now I know that this pie is pretty good size, and there's only the two of us here, me and Laurel, all right? But I have to tell you that this freezes really well. So what we'll do is after this is cooled down and everything, we'll take and have a piece for ourselves to enjoy, and then the rest of it we'll take and quarter it, and we'll wrap it up really good in saran wrap, put it in a Ziploc bag, and put it in the freezer. So we can enjoy this all year long, not only at Easter. So let's get this right in the oven now. Okay. We're all set. Thanks a lot for watching, and when we come back, you'll see the finished product. Hi everybody, we're back. As you can see, we've taken our pie out of the oven. It's cooled down. What you want to do is when it's in the oven, you want to take a skewer, a meat skewer, and pierce through the top of the crust inside the pie. And then when you pull it out, if it's still wet, it means the egg is not cooked fully. All right, so you want to take and make sure that the egg is fully cooked. So just leave it in there for a few more minutes, no problem. All right, now we're going to take this out of our ring here. All right, I have to take this like this. A little bit of Crisco still on the side. So I just have to wipe my hands. And we're going to take and cut it and see how it looks inside.
Looks good on the outside.
Okay. Just make sure it's all the way cut through. All right. You know, I'm going to use a spatula to help me pick this up. Just to separate it from the bottom here. I just loosened the bottom with the spatula, all right, to make it release from the bottom of the springform pan. And we've cut it through, and now we're going to see exactly what it looks like.
Okay, that looks really good. Okay.
We're going to have this for supper tonight. Then we're going to cut it up and wrap the rest and freeze it so we can have it in the future. Maybe we'll have a little salad with it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody.